won't do that going in the future. Okay, I don't like that because it's part of math. You kind of got to see what you got wrong and you don't understand. Okay, so I'm asking you right now, each one of these things up there, do you need to go over any of that?
Yes.
Yes.
This guy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That one?
Yes.
Hey. Hey.
So this was just like page 44. What is that? What is that?
Why?
Why?
Come again?
Why?
I literally just made you write it on your paper.
F of
What
X.
is that?
Why?
That is your X value.
What?
Can you see why I'm starting to get kind of ticked off?
Yes.
Either take it seriously or there's the door. I need you to learn this, guys. If you can't do this, you will not pass this class. Okay? Inside of parentheses, those are X values. Right now, we have this. What are we missing?
The
The
why.
Y. How do we find it?
You
You go to that X, right? On the X-axis. Right here. Then what do we do?
You go
down until you hit the low.
You
Go down until you hit the graph,
Which is not.
and then go to the Y-axis and you get,
Negative 9.
okay, all you had to do was click that button, type it in, -9, hit enter, and submit. That's it. There is no Y equals, there's no parentheses needed, you just type in the Y value. Does that make sense? Do we need to do another one of those?
No.
Okay, so let's go back. These were the two that you did have to show work. My second period asked, I showed my work, but what were you really looking for? So I just showed them what that was. Do you need me to do any of these? Level 1 or 2? Level 1 or 2. Level 1 was kind of easy problems. We can do a level 2, okay? So on your scratch paper, in your notebook, you should have your piece of paper, and you should have written level 2. You don't need to write all the words out, I don't need all that. Then you put number 1. Your first problem is f of x equals x, negative x squared plus 6, and you need to find f of negative 1. That's what you have to put on your paper. Now, what do you do to show your work? What is this asking you to do? This is an x, right? And where does it need to go?
Plug it in.
Plug it into the x, right? Did we just do that like in our warm-up?
And then we have to find Y.
Okay, so here we go. How do I write this out nicely? Well, I keep the negative sign, but instead of x, I plug in a negative 1. Put the 2 plus 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I plug it in over here?
No.
No. What does this side actually mean? What does f of x mean?
Y.
Y. You're solving for y. You're plugging in x. You're solving for y. All right, now it's order of operations. Wasn't the greatest problem that they clicked on, but we can go over it. I was checking your quizzes. A common mistake is you're not remembering PEMDAS. Yes, it starts with a P. That's for parentheses, right? But you guys are thinking parentheses means like you got to go like this, put that stuff together. But what does actually parentheses mean to do? If there was stuff inside, is there stuff inside that you can actually do in that parentheses?
No.
So no, you actually skip over parentheses, you go to
Exponent.
And that's where we messed up on our quiz.
It's a positive 1.
Because we got to take -1 times -1, which is a positive 1. But notice what's left behind. I got that plus 6, but what else? What's out way in front?
Still
That
the negative.
random negative. So that actually now turns it back into a -1. That's weird. It just drops down. Okay? What is -1 plus 6? Positive 5. Now again, do I type in y equals 5 into Delta Math? Click on that box, click on your thing, type in positive 5, hit submit, and we got it right. Okay? No joke! I'm not trying to like be crazy here, but if you went at home and you had no idea what you were doing, what up here on this next screen helps you?
Video.
This one.
Watch the video. I paid for that. I came out of my pocket, paid for that for you guys. Use it.
Wait, you made
Click on it, and you can actually watch a video of somebody going through the problem. So if you do forget, you can watch it. Look.
You paid for that?
Does he do it your way?
Because I want you to do well.
Does he do it your way?
Yeah.
That's you doing it, right?
That's him doing it.
I was thinking-
Okay? I want you to have every advantage to do well. So some of you guys are just saying, screw it. So you're just saying, screw me. What? That's not okay.
I didn't say that.
Try.
I never
Try.
said that.
I never said.
All right, now, what's another thing? Let me go back if I can.
That's a whole other
Grab the back arrow. You don't want to talk.
Doesn't this look just like what I just did?
Yes.
Did you get it wrong?
Right? I got it right, but they show you, if they did get it wrong, it does show you what you did wrong, all that jazz. But doesn't he go through the same exact steps to get to his final answer?
Yes, it is.
He writes his final answer a little weird, but that's
I was
okay.
gonna say we don't write it like
Yeah,
that.
we just put 5, right? Or we put y equals 5. But pretty much all this,
Yeah,
I
but he
look like what I
doesn't,
did.
he doesn't switch it to Y.
yeah, he doesn't switch it to y. I wish that he did, that would be nice, but
You just tell him to do it your way.
that'd be nice. That's a lot of videos to fix though.
Fix it.
Yeah, right? Alright, questions, please. Every time I give you homework, even if it's not, you don't have a lot of time at night, I get that. But take maybe like 15 minutes, maybe do one. So how many sections did we have?
Like 7?
6. These were 2 multiple choice, right? This first one was multiple choice. Yeah, these were a little bit more involved. They weren't too bad. At least do one of each so then you can come in the next day and be Miss K. I tried my homework, but I can't do level 2. Wouldn't that help me? Wouldn't that help you?
Yeah.
Right?
Question, what did you put in your homework last night?
Then just get it done tonight, but try to do at least like one from each section. Yeah, exactly. So that you come in here and you're like, Miss K, I ain't gonna lie to you. That level 2, that ain't it. I will go over it with you. Right?
That ain't it.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, the first 2 are kind of like that. I gotta worry
Great
about
homework.
that. Okay? Questions? Questions?
I'm mad hungry.
Are you sure you have no other questions? Hopefully the bottom 2 those were review. That was just practicing if we remembered what is a function, what is not. That should have taken you like a second. Okay? What values do you look at for a function?
The X.
X.
Because you have to make sure that they don't repeat.
Exactly. Very nice.
Good job.
Good job.
They be
You're
cheating.
all
Good job,
good.
Ben.
They be cheating.
You won't even listen to it.
All right. So then let's
Why you got frog?
Because your mom gave
go to today's notes. We only have 1 page of notes. There's 4 problems, and we're done for today. The faster I get through it, the more time you will have to do your notes
But I gotta
and
eat.
eat.
Or lunch.
Okay? What's up?
Who said that?
You got plans this weekend? You got plans this weekend?
What page? You know when people's lips be dry, they be like,
On Friday, that's the
Uh-huh.
What's up, Deanna? Go quick.
Give me a chance.
what page are we on?
Give me one.
46.
47?
46.
All right, guys. Today is the last day.
Of this book.
Today is the last day.
We'll be in this club.
Or, wow.
What?
He likes to stick his tongue out.
All right. Today's the last day we're gonna do what we call evaluating without dealing with
Other
word
stuff.
problems.
Oh,
Tomorrow
word.
we gotta get to word problems. So are we still gonna be evaluating tomorrow? Yeah. There's just gonna be word problems involved. So this is page 46. So we're still evaluating. We're just kind of like my second period said, it's like we're just bumping it up a notch. So we're just going a little bit harder today. That's it. Nothing super crazy new. The problems are just a little bit more difficult. That's it. Now, I feel like I say this a million times in class. Remember when replacing in a number, use what? Oh my gosh.
I couldn't
Wait,
say
see
it.
it,
My
Use
mouth.
parentheses. Okay? Now,
Further.
the first two problems, you're not gonna see me use parentheses and you'll see why. Okay, so don't freak out that I'm not using parentheses on these.
There's fractions.
There are fractions, it's okay, we got this. But question number 1 says, if f of x equals 1/2 x minus 4, find x if f of x equals 0. Now,
Could
let's
be-
backtrack, that's a lot of words.
Could be a negative.
What does it want us to find? It literally says it.
Fine.
Find x. So should I put anything into that x spot?
No.
Yes.
No.
No, do
No.
not.
No.
Don't put
I didn't say yes.
anything into x.
Got a question.
Don't do it because it wants us
Oh,
to
shut
find
up.
it. Why would we plug something in when we're trying to find it? That don't make no sense. So wait a second. What do they want us to plug in? We'll keep reading. It says place f of x equals 0.
So y equals 0?
So what does f of x stand for? I like what she said.
Y equals.
Y equals 0. So right now we have 0 and then I don't got that front number. We missing it. Can't plot a point if you don't got a number in front.
4, 3.
Okay? So where am I going to place that 0? Well, I'm going to take this 0 and place it into where f of x is located. F of x is 0. Say it with me. F of x is 0. So every time we see f of x, what are we going to put in its spot?
0.
0. So goodbye f of x, I'm plugging in 0. Now, is the rest of the equation going to stay the same?
Yes.
Yep, don't put anything into x, don't do it. Actually, I'm going to move the x up a little bit because you're allowed to do that. Now, my first period's like, Miss Kay, I don't like the 0 on that side. Can we move it?
Yes.
Is that okay? Have we done that before even in last chapter?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah. Can't I move it just to put it on the other side though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do DC man. Yep, you got it. DC man. We're just going to move that 0 to this side. That's all.
Yes.
Because now we're going to do our DC man, aka don't call me after midnight.
There's no parentheses.
And he's right. Are there parentheses?
No.
Do I need to combine like that?
No.
Do I need to move my variable yet?
No.
But do I need to add or subtract away?
Yes.
Yeah, what's got to go? That -4. How do I get rid of it?
Addition.
It could be a negative.
Okay, what's 0 plus 4?
4.
X is 2.
So I got that 1x over 2. That I know that looks weird. Technically, I don't need a 1, but that's 1x divided by 2.
You have to do.
So that last step is either to multiply or divide. What do I actually have to do this time? Multiply by what?
2.
2. I don't want that 2 at the bottom. So I multiply by 2. What happens when I do that?
It cancels out the 2.
It cancels. It's like we're saying 2 divided by 2. They cancel out.
But
But hold up. What do I do on one side? I gotta do to the other. Okay, so I get this x. Do I need a 1? What's 4 times 2?
8.
Someone said 6.
Do I now have a point?
Yes.
I didn't have it at the beginning, but do I now have a point?
Yes.
It's starting to make sense.
Oh, that one, you could bring it down, but like, does it, like, what's 1 times x? Just
This one.
x. Just x. So we don't even need it yet. Now, if there was a different number there, then we're gonna deal with it. That actually is what we're gonna see now.
Yeah, one
So
times
hold that
anything is the other number.
But if it's a 1, you don't need it. Does that make sense to y'all?
So we
Yes.
just
So this is
combine
new.
everything that we just
Mhm.
learned over the past 2 weeks.
I hope this is on the test.
So question 1 and 2 here, use for delta math. So if you get confused on your new thing on delta math, look back at these 2 problems, because it's exact, I don't even do one with you, I did one with my second period, just to show them, it's exactly like delta math, even said the exact same way. Okay, so let's look at another one, let's see if we're gonna start to absorb this. I got my g of x equals negative 3 over 4x plus 10. Find x if g of x equals 10. So wait a second, what are we trying to find?
I got you some.
What are we trying to find? We're trying to
X.
find x. So should I be putting anything into that x?
No.
No, don't do it. It's bad for your health. What am I plugging in?
Can.
The 10, but where? But where?
As y.
That exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm taking this g of x and I'm gonna replace it right there. Okay? If g of x is 10, every time I see g of x, guess what I'm plugging in? 10. So I'm picking this up and I'm plugging it here. Now, again, watch how I write this. I like to put the negative on top. So I changed that a little bit. Put the negative on top, I put the x next to the 3, and then 4 is on the bottom. Plus 10, it means the same thing. Do you have to leave it like that? I think a lot of you guys like the 10 on the other side, right? So let's move it. Give you a second to copy that down. Does that make sense though what we're doing? Like why I'm putting it where I'm putting it? Okay, let's solve this. Don't call me after midnight. Let's go. E, C, M, A, M. Do I gotta distribute?
No.
Do I have like terms on the same side? Do I need to move my variable at all? Do I need to add or subtract away?
Yes.
Yeah, what do I gotta get rid of?
Subtract 10.
Subtract that 10.
On
Yup.
both sides.
What's 10 minus 10? Don't freak out here.
0.
It's just 0. It's all good.
And then we divide.
Okay.
Well, oh wait, no.
And then you have
We
to
first
multiply.
multiply and then divide.
That's it. Do we want this fraction now?
No.
So we're in that last step. We're either multiplying and dividing. We gotta get rid of the fraction first. We're dividing by 4. What's the opposite of that?
2.
We need 2. So what actually happens here? The 4 crosses out. 4 divided by 4 cancels out.
And then it's negative 3.
Well, whatever I did on one side.
But
Equals
0
0.
times anything just equals 0.
Exactly. Anything times 0 is 0. Okay, hold up. Let's make sure everybody's all on the same page. I can't even check that off yet.
Is the after that?
Not yet. Hold on, so we're not confused. So what do we have right now? We have negative 3 times x equals 0. So how do I get rid of negative 3? Not by
Divided by
adding.
3.
Dividing. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 turns out to be a positive x. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Well, what's 0 divided by any number?
0 is 0 to.
So, exactly. Again, just like up here. I had my y value, that was 10. We knew that from up here. That was y. But we just figured out what was the x that went with it. We still got our order pair. Yeah. So it's just kind of going backwards. What, for the past couple days we've been putting in x's. Now we're putting in the y's and solving for the x's. That's it. That's the only difference from today.
It's kind
all
of
the
like
previous days.
it's kind of like doing the equations like we were first doing.
Just like in the last chapter, exactly. It turns back into unit 1. 100%. All right, I'm gonna give you a second, make sure you have all that. And now we're actually gonna, for the next 2 problems, we're kind of going backwards, or not backwards, we're going back to like what we did with the past couple days. Just kind of reviewing, it's just gonna be a little bit harder, just a little bit, smidge.
I got a question also. It's not about math. Why does my arm bruise after getting flipped on?
I think it's Teachers, attention teachers, please do not release your students for lunch. You will be released by class and you will be called over the intercom when to take your students for lunch. Thank you.
What's going on?
They'll release us.
Mother. Plunger.
Where's the lunch? Who is this?
Not you.
Well, my lunch is.
Like, you might come out like one, but it's not very often.
My lunch is with Sawyer.
I normally bring my lunch.
All right, so take a look at the third and fourth question. Last two when we're done for today. Again, the words are kind of crazy. Using the function, guys listen. Using the function, let me get my colors out.
Ooh, colors.
fx, and g of x from questions 1 and 2. So we'll be looking back at 1 and 2. Yes, that's why it's still up there. I'll try to slide up once we get the first one done. What is f of 6 plus g of 8?
Wait, what?
Interesting.
So the x is now, wait, the y is now a different number, so now we have to solve for that and then add them together?
You're close. You're super close. Something about adding them together. But hold up. Okay, so here we go. I like actually what Isaiah said. Go back over here. Think about yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. What does that 6 mean? That's our what?
It's a
If
x.
it's in parentheses, that is
X.
x, so put an x over top. But what is this also saying? That we need to use the f function. So I'm going to take that 6, plug it into x in the
In the first
f function, in that first function. So here we go.
Teachers, please pardon the interruption. Again, we will be calling classes individually. We're experiencing a delay in the lunch line, so we'll be calling classes individually. I apologize for the interruption. We'll be calling classes individually. Thank you for your patience.
All right, so take a look. Guys, focus, please. I'm almost done. Good. Almost done. All right, so I'm going to take this 6, I'm plugging it back up here. Am I going to use this side? Do we ever use that side? Well, I guess we technically did up here, but are we going to use it now? No. Do I keep the half? Yep. Instead of x, what did it say that I'm going to plug in?
6.
The 6. Am I going to keep the -4?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what you should see on your paper, so now that you can see that. So I just used the problem from the first problem, brought it down, took out my x, plugged in my 6. Okay, we did this actually yesterday with some fractions on our homeworks. What do I got to do to clean that up?
You put the 1 on the board.
Put that 1.
6.
How do we multiply? Straight across. So 1 times 6 is?
6.
2 times 1 is? 2. Bring down everything else. So far so good.
You have to put a 1 under the 4.
6 over 2 can become?
3.
And what is 3 minus 4?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. I did not have enough room. Let me make this a little bit better.
I was about to ask you if we had to put a 1
Is that the answer?
That's the answer only for that part. We took the x, put it into f, we finished it. There's just 2 parts to this. What's that second part that we gotta do now? I gotta plug that a into x, obviously, but which function are we using? The g one from problem 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If it says g, then I gotta use g.
Yeah.
If it says the x in parentheses, that goes into, or that 8 goes in that parentheses, that means x. So here we go. Plug that into x in the g function. Okay, so the g function starts out with a negative 3 over 4, right? But instead of x, what am I putting here?
8.
8 in parentheses. plus 10. Does everybody see what I did?
Yeah, can I do it on the board?
Okay, kindergarten.
Alright, we're gonna put it over 1.
Yep.
Help me multiply. What am I gonna get? What over what? Negative 24 over
Is
plus 10, right? We can simplify. What's that gonna come out to be?
It'd be a negative.
6. Yeah, yeah.
put a -6.
A negative 6 plus 10. We're so close.
Positive 4.
Positive 4. Congratulations, you did that second part. Do you think we did everything that it asked us to do?
No.
Not quite. What does it still want us to do? We then want to take our answers and add them together. That's what that means.
3.
Do one problem, simplify it down, get your answer. Do the other problem, get your answer, and then we're just going to combine them. So what is negative 1 plus 4? Positive 3.
3.
Positive. And we are officially
Done.
where. Does that make sense? It looked crazy, did it not? But honestly, isn't that what we've been doing?
No.
Just instead we used to do 1, now we're doing 2 problems. That's all.
And so the fourth one, we have to do 2 problems and then do the
And
same
then we're gonna
thing.
subtract them, exactly.
Oh, I'm kinda lost in the game.
Actually there was a misprint, so we're gonna have to copy that back.
I was about to say, where's
Where's
the
the
X?
X? Yeah.
I was like, how are we supposed to do that?
Alright, yeah, there was a misprint, guys. Can you write this down in your books, please?
Put the X with the fraction.
Yes.
So, you think you're so smart. Guess what?
That's a brilliant.
Funny too.
What?
So write it like that real quick. My bad. I forgot the X in there. So put K of X equals 1/3 X minus 4. Wait, y'all copy that down for me.
You did this?
I didn't make this, but it was just probably they were typing real quick, forgot that X.
I'll do it for me.
It's all good, we can make it happen. Alright, y'all, you tell me how we're gonna finish this. What do we gotta do first? Step 1. Come on, we got this. Eat it, what do you got? That's exactly what I wanted to hear. We're gonna plug that 2 into X, and I love that she said in the H function. H goes with H. You can't put it in the other one. Jay, come on, focus please. Okay, we're gonna use this. Pink goes with pink. So here we go. Do I care about this side for this problem? No. That don't matter. But we do need to do this. So we gotta keep the -5. Instead of X, what am I plugging in? A 2. You got it.
That will be
Plus 3, right?
negative
Is everybody good? Good. Alright, what is -5 times 2?
Negative 10.
Excellent.
And then it would be
Negative 7.
That becomes -7. Good job, y'all. I like it. I
Good
like
job,
it.
guys.
So we got one answer, right? We did this part. Are we done with the entire problem?
No, you do K9.
Now I gotta do K9. So help me out. What, starting with what? Where is this 9 gonna go? Into X in which function?
Hey, we're better than your honors.
Yeah, we're gonna put it into our K function. Here we go.
Better than your honors.
Do we keep the 1/3? Actually, currently you are gonna be doing better than mine.
Yay. We're better.
What goes into that X? That 9. And keep the minus.
You gotta put a 1 underneath the
So if you need
9.
help,
You need help?
stay on the board.
What are they gonna pull?
She's
Alright,
actually
hold on,
telling
hold on,
us
hold
the
on, hold on, hold
answers.
on.
How do you get the 9?
Now you multiply it.
Oh,
It's in our problem. It's in our problem.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
We know you.
And then you gotta multiply straight across.
Multiply straight across. What's my new fraction going to be?
9/3.
1 times 9
Which
is
is
9.
3.
3 times 1 is
What's
3,
equals 3?
and 9 divided by 3 is actually 3. Okay.
3 minus 4.
What is 3 minus 4?
Negative 1.
Okay, but again, are we done with the entire problem?
Negative 7 minus 1 equals negative 8.
So we need to take this minus sign, slide it down, and we need to subtract these two. Now that's kind of on a diagonal. Let me rewrite that.
-6.
So negative 7 minus our negative 1. So what actually happens? Thank you.
It's -6. It's -6.
Because what is a minus and a negative? That's that subtraction rule that we talked about. Keep,
Positive.
change.
No, it's definitely 8.
That turns positive. So what's our final answer? Be careful, be careful, be
Negative
careful.
6.
Six.
Oh, come on now.
You were feeling confident, yeah. You knew what you're doing.
Come on now, get it.
Does that make sense though? Seriously.
Uh-huh.
You gotta do, guys, focus, Jake, focus. Do a problem, put it together.
Yeah.
And in math 1, it's only either gonna be subtracting your answers together or adding it. That's as hard as it gets in math 1. Do a problem, put them together either by adding, subtracting. That's all.
But then
We're
it
done.
would probably get more into multiplication, division.
We're
Like
done.
in math 2 and 3. It's actually more math 3.
Okay.
We're done.
We're not there yet. Our brains ain't ready for that.
My
Trust
brain
me,
already
this
hurts.
is a lot. Questions?
We finished.
Okay, get out your computers.
Without the math.
Everybody needs to go on Delta Math. Don't say, I'm gonna do it at home. No,
Do it now.
because I don't even know when we're going to lunch yet. So no, get out your computers and get our homework.
No, do it.
Do it now.
No being aggressive. Not in my Minecraft church server.
And I'm actually gonna do one of these problems with you. You're gonna need a piece of scratch paper, so I was happy that I saw some people pulling that out.
Well, I need paper.
I got some line paper up there if you wanna grab some, go ahead.
Facts.
You need water. You don't need that. You need water.
You easy this.
Everybody gotta have Delta Math up. I don't even wanna see
Not
another
in my
tab.
Minecraft.
Maybe NC Desmos if you need to
Can I
cover
look
it.
at my grades?
That's fine.
Yeah, Jason, you don't need all of
Don't look at your grades right now. I want you to get your work done.
Okay.
Look at my grades.
Just the last 3.
Just the last 3.
You said in the middle. That was from last night. So don't get that confused with last night.
I just like one question.
So listen. The first, guys, focus. The first 2 are just more practice looking at a graph and finding your ordered pairs. Okay? So this is a review from last night's homework. These first 2, you don't need to show work because they're really honestly.
Don't work.
So on this, on your paper, again,
You need us all for all of them?
you should have 3. Hush. You should have 3 sections on your paper. Don't do that now because I don't know how much room you're going to keep, obviously. But label the first section of stuff that you got to show. Label the second section of stuff that you got to show. Label the third. I'm going to skip down to the third. I'm going to actually do a problem with you just to make sure that we're good, okay? Is that good with y'all?
My favorite.
Well, why didn't you do that on accident in 2 grand?
Do your work. If you did it, you're going to have to redo it and show your work. So get out
But
your
which one is the
What's that?
I don't think I did the last
Hey,
one.
so-
I did the other
No.
one though.
These. So make sure you show your work for that and show your work for the last one.
And just leave it up until long.
You look, I see the use like
So yeah, you might have to do extra problems if you didn't show your work on that. Alright, Alright, so here we go.
One more, please. Just your blood pressure.
Guys, we shouldn't be talking. Hold on, give me a second here.
Which one is that?
This is the very last one. So on your piece of paper, if you want to label it given a graph, or given output, I'm sorry. Given output, so that should be the title of your section. So literally, you don't need to write down all these words. Do I need all that? No, that's crazy. All I need you to write down is question 1. H of x equals 3x plus 1.
Oops, wrong table.
H of x
Look.
equals
My
4.
bad.
That's all you need to write down on your paper. I don't need you to write all the words. That's crazy. So,
Suck it
looking
up.
back at page 46 that we just did, the first 2 problems at the top were just like this. What is this asking me to do?
What?
So we're solving for x. So should I be putting anything into x?
Yeah.
No. What does this mean to do?
Plug that in.
Plug this in specifically where?
4x.
Back.
I know that.
Bring this back here, right? I'm going to plug it into there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is everybody seeing what I'm doing? I'm going to take this. I'm plugging it into there. Okay, so let's rewrite it. I got 3x plus 1 equals 4. I just put it on the other side because we don't like it the other way. Is that okay? I just put it on the other side. It's okay. We rewrote it. It's fine. It's all good in the hood.
Hey, I have boys in a hood on.
Let's solve this. What would I need to do first to solve this?
You have to take away the 1.
Take away the 1. Good. What's 4 minus 1?
3.
What would be my next step?
Divide
Show our work for the last 3.
Divide.
by 3
Yep.
equals 1.
Hey, Jason.
Now, in Delta Math, do you have to put x equals 1?
I thought we did, but then they said we didn't.
Yeah.
Why did you
Just
drink
put
it?
1.
It was empty when I
What
got
if
it.
I have just an x?
Yes, it was.
I only have a negative
They're always
x.
thirsty.
What do I do? Bring it
So
back?
bring down and I would just put
For you.
-1x.
Look where I'm going.
Okay.
Don't say that.
I just did.
Okay. So I suggest, if it was me,
What the heck? What the heck?
I would probably do this one first. Because that's the one thing that I just went over. Go ahead and get that done. I shouldn't see anything else on your computer.
Hey, I need help.
I need a charger.
Does anybody have a charger that Sincere could borrow?
I have one back there, but I'm gonna use it.
Is your computer right
But he
there?
can use it now.
He's like, he got you.
Oh, you got it. Is your, oh, it's back there already. Sincere, you can sit back there.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Yeah. Yes, there is.
So, all I need help with is that I don't really know this part. Like
So what is that? What is that?
That's the X.
That's the X.
Yep.
Where's that gonna go?
What do you mean?
Where's that gonna go?
Okay.
Would you marry me?
Like this.
Okay, so where is that -2 gonna go?
Oh, right here.
There, okay, because what does this side technically mean? That's just what that letter?
X.
No.
Oh,
What does this side mean?
oh, it's Y.
Y. Okay, so on your paper, go ahead and put 1. Do problem number 1. Okay, go ahead and put h of x equals -2x minus 5. Parentheses x equals 2x minus 5. Okay. So then underneath, go ahead and put -2. We're gonna keep that. Parentheses. Minus 5.
And then you have to distribute.
Uh-huh. You got it.
That's it. Okay, I know how to do this. I know how to do this.
5 Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And then
So that'll become,
positive 4.
mm-hmm,
And then you do -5.
mm-hmm. That's it. Type that
That's the
in.
answer?
That's the answer, man.
That's it?
That's it. There you go. You got one more to do. Yes, ma'am.
Problem number 2.
Do we need to show our work?
Show your work for level 1, 2, and then the last one. That given out.
Was that on the last one? And
So then you just got So no. Exactly. It's just gonna be a negative. Yep. There you go. There you go. Oh, I love how you do that. Organized. Kind of like sleeping.
You like double ring.
Yeah, it's not you.
Oh my. We'll be fine. How do you do this? What's the G means? Is it just the same thing?
you're gonna put 3x plus 3 equals 6, and then you know what they do.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
So it's
See, like that.
just the same thing.
It's basically the same thing, but how it says gx equals 6, instead of having gx equals 7 on the other side, you do your math.
Never again.
The only thing you can't do is cuss out the teacher. That's the only thing you can do. Somebody else, so.
She's good.
How about that, Fred?
How you make it like that?
I put her in there. I put her in there.
Put my whole mom in next to you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very good. Keep it up. Are we doing more different? Did I say it right?
Mrs. Stockman, you said the first two, right? First two for showing work.
The first, they're the last 3. But so all those blocks you gotta show work, so
And then
total
the
of
first-
8 problems.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
What you got? Okay, so we have h of x equals 0, so what this means is y equals 0. So every time you say that, you're gonna plug a 0, so you see that right over here, right? So we're gonna put a 0 there. Do we like it on this side? So just put equals 0. Alright, put your line down, let's spin and solve this. Give me the Yeah, if you need to use a calculator, that's fine. You can do it, use NCW. Okay.
You won't kill me.
Alright, let's take a look. Give me 1 second, I'll be over.
Kill me.
0. Actually, negative 4. Alright, bring down negative x. Divide by -1 on that side. Divide by negative sign. Yep, and then perfect. What's negative? Alright, in here. Alright, number 2. You're gonna try number 2. I'll stop if you need help, okay?
What does the G do again?
That just means y. G of x equals y. That's it. So then, yeah, keep going what you're doing. Plus 30, yep.
Are we allowed to use our phones to take a picture of this and put it on Teams?
You said that would be fine.
Yeah.